What's up?
We are live. Welcome, everyone. We're down to the Final Four now, baby. We're down to the Final Four. So we had the Elite Eight today. Our guy Beefloaf's going to take us through that. Before we get to that, though, I was wondering, you guys, I talked to you earlier today. You're feeling a little hungover. So I want to see what you're drinking tonight. Like, are we back on it? What are we doing?
Oh,
Beef,
baby.
what are you drinking?
I decided to go with a little wine. I was having a little wine with dinner, and then I thought, it's a shame. You can't just leave a full bottle of wine. You might as well finish it. So my plan is to just drink this whole bottle.
Hey, you got to finish that one and the next one.
I got to drink out of the short glass, though. This is how I like to drink when we're on the show, out of one of these little juice glasses. That's my favorite. So,
MSS,
it's an Italian wine.
MSS, you got some water over there?
I'm only gonna like fucking drink one drink tonight, and it's 120 proof fucking bourbon from upstairs. Some Knob Creek thing. We're good to go.
Well, you got that with you, or that's upstairs and you're not going to drink with us right now?
No, I'm drinking. I have it.
Okay.
I have my water too. I have my water and my fucking thing. I'll probably drink more water unless we get a shitload of tips. Well, there we go.
Because we got a drink here from Drew Bogues. He says,
"Oh, baby,
loving the hilarious content coming out of this tournament. Thankful for all the competitors, and you three for putting this on. Cheers, gents. 108ing. Cheers."
Oh, thank you,
cheers.
Drew. Appreciate you.
Hope you're doing good, my friend.
Ah, delicious.
All right, Beef. Let's get into it, man. Let's go one matchup by matchup.
One
Let's
matchup
go.
at a time, so we can get
Yes.
some ad reads in between them.
Oh, that's good.
I'm going to put the bracket up. Let's start with the oldest member of the Elite Eight. That is yours truly, Beefloaf, going against Bob Tolen in a matchup of 11th Ward people. Me being the real 11th Ward guy, Bob Tolen being a bullshit Canaryville 11th Warder. And guess what? The polls lined up exactly like that, as I won easily, 65% to 35%. I'll move on to the Final Four. This will be the third time I think I've been in the Final Four. Great job by the 11th Ward crew. I mean, what a run from them for the first time in a tournament. Ricky Shifter did well, and then Bob Tolen getting all the way to the finals. Boys, what do you think about the matchup from today and then also the run?
I assume Tolan's over at Kelly's right now crying in his Coors Light.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely at Kelly's on that side of Pershing. So, yep.
100%. Dog says, I'm glad Beef was able to pull off that tight matchup. Dog, I'm glad you voted for Bob to keep your loser stench off of me. So that was the key to my victory today, my friend. So thank you. Appreciate that.
Good stuff.
We got a drink here from Feel My Biceps. Tolan out big next year. Those boys fought. Drink some liquor, Beef.
Well, wine right now.
Drink
I'm
some
still
beef
having dinner.
liquor.
I mean, it's all alcoholic. And you know what? Speaking of alcohol.
Hey, Chicago, are you ready for March Madness? Come to Wings and Rings and enjoy the games by sipping on ice-cold $2 Tall Boys. That's right. All day Saturday, we're serving up $2 Miller High Life, Pabst Blue Ribbon, and old-style Tall Boys. Whether you're rooting for your favorite team or just out for a good time, we've got you covered. And the fun doesn't end with the tourney. All Sox season $2 Towel Boy Saturdays are the go-to deal. Our friendly staff will take good care of you pre or post-game. Grab your friends and head on down to 3434 South Halstead today. Wings and Rings, voted best wings in Chicago in 2023.
Beef,
Now, just remember, NCAA tournament tomorrow, $2 Tall Boys, domestics. You got what you just saw there, High Life, Old Style, and PBR. So my kids' favorites, Old Style. Treasy, what were you going to say?
I was going to ask Beef how confident he is going into the Final Four.
Not very, I'll be honest with you. I actually didn't think I would get all the way to the end like this. But things lined up almost perfectly for me with MSS knocking off Celeste. And then, the crowd is split on us. But I ended up facing Ozzie Guillen Jr., and that helped. And everyone hates Ozzie Guillen Jr., and then everyone hates Bob Tolen, too. So it kind of helped those. I'm not going to go against any hateable characters the rest of the way. So this is going to get just infinitely tougher as we go. For sure.
Yeah, people started to really pile on the hate of Bob Tolen at a perfect time for you. It was a well-timed hatred for your tourney chances.
Yeah, and by the way, I don't hate either of those people, but I'm just saying the crowd in general kind of seems to be they think they're malcontent. So
right.
Let's move on to the next matchup, and that was between two dear friends, Missy Carroll and Alexis Lopez. This one had a lot of votes. It had a lot of impressions. It had a lot of retweets. I know Missy was up all night doing a YouTube stream. I watched
Jesus
a little of it,
Christ.
but I'm old and I was tired and it was midnight or whatever, and I went to bed. Apparently, it did go kind of almost all the way up until voting. Hotly contested all day, but in the end, Alexis Lopez sneaks it out, 52% to 48% against Missy Carroll. She is going to move on. Missy with back-to-back Elite Eight performances in her first 2 tournaments. I mean, that's incredibly impressive, boys.
Now,
Yes.
Beef and MSS, I got a question for you on Missy.
Yep.
She did like the overnight thing, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think that was a mistake? Do you think it would have been more effective to not do that and then do that stream all day during the voting so that people could actually vote while she's doing this? I mean, it's a feat of strength. That's
what I was gonna say.
It definitely shows. Definitely shows some talent, but at the same time, people up right then watching that, they can't vote.
Yes.
They can't do anything yet.
It's weird because you're using some value, like your valuable time, I guess, unless you have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And you're going in, like you're not getting anything directly from it, and you're probably not capturing anything.
Then you sleep through the first half.
Yeah, that doesn't go so good. Unless she gets scheduled some tweets and shit. But yeah, that was weird. I was thinking of that, and it was like the remember who's that magician that did the
David Blaine.
David Blaine that would just do these. They're not even tricks. Like I'm just in a block.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here. He gave no clue. You just fucking named a random magician. Oh yeah, that's who it is.
I know exactly what he's talking about. I could.
He doesn't.
I usually know what MSS is talking about.
Speak MSS.
It's like, okay, here I'm going to do this magic trick, and I'm going to be in a block of ice for 48 hours. And it's like, well, that's not a trick. That's just like punishing you. It's just like making yourself go through something, and that's what Missy was doing last night. And listen. After I drank almost an entire bottle of Woodford Reserve, it was a very entertaining stream, and it was fun to be involved in listening to stuff. And especially when her parents came home and they were like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like, oh, it's a thing, and I'm just like, oh, I love this. And I was just like, hey, this was like good stuff. So from what I remember,
you know what, Tracy, I'm going to say it doesn't make a difference. I don't think it makes a difference. And the reason why is Missy is just a performance artist. She just is going to do her art whenever she does her art. It's not, you can't schedule it and can that stuff. You can't we'll just line it up, perfect marketing. Whenever it's going to flow, that's when it flows. And to be honest with you, it wouldn't have mattered because Alexis didn't do a goddamn thing all day. She's America's sweetheart. That's why she got her votes. It wouldn't have fucking mattered. So her reputation would beat any content that was going to happen.
I'm pretty sure I saw a Four Loco video out of her at like 8:30.
Okay, she had breakfast. What? But you know what I'm saying? You get my point right here. I'm not. No shade against Alexis. Alexis has a great reputation. She got a lot of votes. I mean, she deserves it.
Let's get a couple drinks here. We got one from Senior Sox. He says, "FYI, Violet Myers will be at Exotica April 12th to 14th. See you there, MSS and Drew." Cheers, Senior Sox. And cheers, MSS and Drew.
I've said this before, but the Exotica in Chicago and anywhere other than LA is way different than the LA version. The LA version, like every porn star is there, either featured or just walking around, and they didn't charge money for pictures. Like you just got pictures and it was fine. Chicago, you have to pay money to get a picture with these
That's why it's
people.
better, Tracy.
I don't think so.
Because you can scam a picture. He can scam pictures so he doesn't have to get in the line to pay.
Fucking
damn,
cheap motherfucker.
I was just very weird, man. It was just very odd. So I found that out, I was like, I'm not paying $10 to take a picture of Sarah J. Especially since it's not the early 2000s anymore.
We got one from Barry Bag of Donuts. He says, I never imagined I'd make so many new friends because of the 108 tourney. To Chirizi Beefalo from My Sock Summer. Thanks so much for everything. Cheers, Barry.
Cheers.
Glad to hear it went well for you.
Cheers, buddy.
Man, very good. Now, let me get to a comment here because I think Alexis is taking me the wrong way. Don't take me the wrong way, Alexis. You didn't put out a lot of content today. That is what it is. Damn. Your reputation from all the times you've been with people and know people and see people or whatever, that carried it. That's good. That's the lowercase content. That's us doing the podcast every week and building up our shit, right?
I thought it was a compliment. I thought you gave it.
It's a compliment. It absolutely is a compliment.
You kicked ass without having to do anything.
Correct.
That's a compliment.
You've been building this.
Now you won't next round. You got to do something. Next round.
the Battle of De La Salle too, right? You both are De La Salle graduates, I think.
We are De La Salle grads.
Yes, you
Alex
are.
says having friends is a wild concept. Yeah, having good relationships with people is a wild concept, right?
Having friends goes against Elon Musk's Twitter ethos, though. So just be careful. You might get booted for being nice.
Do you know what does go with the ethos of Elon Musk?
Are you looking for the best realtor in Chicago? Look no further than Riz Galani from the RG Group Dreamtown Realty. With nearly 20 years of expertise, Riz has built a reputation as a top producer in our fine city. In fact, 95% of his business comes from referrals, a testament to his exceptional service and expertise. Whether you're buying or selling a home, Riz and his team can help you navigate the Chicago real estate market with ease. Don't settle for anything less than the best. Visit rggroupchicago.com to learn more about how Riz and his team can help you achieve your real estate goals today.
Just 2 more days attorney action to take advantage of the buy a house from Riz. Well, actually, no, fuck that. Yeah, I'm taking that off the table. You guys can buy a house from Riz from now until the next 108 tourney.
Yes.
And I will throw you a fucking housewarming party. So if we sell a house within a year, a year plus, feel free to contact me and say, hey, I bought a house from your buddy Riz. I need a housewarming party. What do you got cooking? And I will have all sorts of treats and fun things for you to have and whatever, and we'll figure it out. All right? So take advantage of that.
I'd love it. I'd love it if Riz decided to fuck with you and like the next like 10 houses he sells, he's like, yeah, this guy told me saw you on the 108 tourney.
Be fucking amazing.
You're gonna
throwing house
need to
parties
do
every month.
Throwing more house parties than Kid and Play.
I'll make it happen. I will make it happen.
Drink from Bologna here. He says, a big win on her birthday, no less. Happy birthday, Alexis.
Alexis.
Cheers.
I actually was at the dollar store today, and I took a picture of the balloons, and if she needed it, I was going to tweet it out like, oh, I just got here to get Alexis a balloon for her birthday at my favorite store, and she didn't need it. So I was like, I can't do that to Missy. Missy will get mad at me.
Let's get to this comment real quick. It says, Senor Sox, I never imagined I could have more people hate me. Thanks to 108 for the people that do. You're welcome, Senor. Happy to bring those people to you to hate you. Let me put the bracket back up here and get on to the next matchup. And this is a matchup that, after last night's show, got me a little bit of hot water. As one of the contestants was pissed that I thought he had a rough battle today. And that's Brian Knight's going against HBIC. And it played out pretty much exactly like I thought. Brian Knight's coasted to the victory here, 59% to 41% against HBIC. HBIC's first 108 tourney makes it to the Elite 8. Great job, HBIC. Great job, Bums. The Bums showed out huge in this tournament, in my opinion.
Amazing.
And I got so many inbox messages that, man, these Bums guys are fucking killing it for people that don't know nothing about the Bums. So that's a good coming out party for the whole crew. HBIC getting there, but he ran into a goddamn legend, a goddamn unit of Brian Knights. Treasy, what do you think?
Unit.
I mean, you could see this coming. You could see this coming. Brian Knights is not one to be messed with. But I want to just double down on the amount of great content we got out of the Bums for this tournament. It was fantastic. However, I do have to say that when I'm thinking back about this tournament and thinking about the content that came out of it, and even the content that was directed towards the Bums, I think Vino Hanging Hog is going to be first in my memory over maybe even the Goodfellas one. I don't know. I don't know. I have to see how it plays out over time, but I think that's the one that's going to be like, you know what I remember from that tournament?
I got
Dude in the hot tub.
I got some DMs on that one too. We finally did it. Because for years, people are like, "When's someone gonna hang hog? When are they gonna hang hog?" Someone hung hog today, baby.
It finally happened. It finally happened.
That was great.
Watershed moment in the tournament.
Man.
And yes, I did look, of course.
Of course.
How could you
take a
not?
peek.
Gotta take a little peek. See what see what's out there.
And you know what else is out there?
On Friday, May 3rd, the Collector's Cave welcomes Randy Couture to catch Table and Tap in Maryville, Indiana. You might know Randy as the 6-time UFC champion, UFC Hall of Famer, and NCAA All-American. Tickets start at only $39.99, so come meet Randy and get your stuff signed. More details available at MakeSigningsFunAgain.com. The Collector's Cave, your number one source for autographs and autograph signings in the Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana area.
Now, unconfirmed if Randy Couture will be hanging hog at the signing, but what is confirmed is if you go to their website, makesigningsfunagain.com, to buy some tickets, you can go through their merch and use the code the108 and get 15% off any of the items in their shop right now. You should do that. Show those guys some love. They've been awesome. Follow them on Twitter. We appreciate that very much.
All right, I think we got another drink here.
Oh, it sure appears that way.
This one's from Dougie. He says, doesn't want to pay $10 for a pic with a porn star, but will throw a killer house party. Sure.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
Hey,
Dougie,
Save my money.
Hell yeah.
I gotta save my money for the 18-foot hoagie that fucking Slim Mick thinks I need to have at this place.
Jerry O'Sullivan asked a question. He says, the hanging hog, bigger moment than Ken W.O. Picture getting pissed on?
Oh.
Yes, although Ken W.O. Picture getting pissed on was a great, great moment in this tournament. Like, I hope someone saves that video and it goes out there all through Sox season. I love it.
This is pretty amazing.
like every bad take that Ken has during the season,
Throw that out there.
Someone should throw the pissing on Ken.
It's
picture.
somewhat unfortunate that there's no more Sox math, because that would get submitted by Sox. Like,
Yes, it would.
there'd be the remix version where it's coming up and then back down. It's interesting.
All right, let's get to the last bracket here, and that is, or the last matchup here. And that's the defending champ, Alley White Sox, against the dominant newcomer, Maggie Spagnola. Maggie had been putting up gigantic numbers, winning by huge margins that we just kind of haven't even seen since Alley was first in this tournament, and she was blowing people out. And it never really got that close today. Maddie Spagnola, 57%, 43% for the defending champ, Alley White Sox. So Maddie continues to be a machine. Alley White Sox is officially retired from the tournament. So thank you, champ. Appreciate all you've done for all these years.
Thank you, Allie.
You're probably going to have a bracket named after you when we roll this out here in 2025. Just a great overall career performance.
Great 108 career. Great 108 tourney career. That's awesome. And man, Maddie was firing today. She got a lot of votes, and then she also told people to fuck off for calling her Arthur.
Well, if you don't want to be called Arthur, you probably shouldn't dress like Arthur.
Don't dress like
Which I think she could have been more committed to the bit by wearing blue pants, but she didn't. So
Yeah.
no big deal.
Might have just happened on the fly. Who knows?
Yeah, it's a happy accident.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Monday's matchups, just to recap here. On Monday, March 25th at 8 a.m., we'll have the Final Four. It'll be Beefloaf against Alexis Lopez, and then Brian Knights against Maddie Spagnola. Boys, tell me your thoughts on the Final Four matchups. MSS, you first.
Man, I know that you're gonna play it down and you're gonna be like, oh, no big deal. I got a lot of haters. They're probably gonna show up this round, finally, and vote me out of my own tournament. But I think you have a really, really, really solid shot against Alexis. It's two different kind of group. I mean, both friendly with each other, but I think you got a good shot over there. Brian Knights is facing the going to have to do the performances career against Maddie. I think this is going to be a buzzsaw, especially if Maddie Allie couldn't even get anything going against her. I'm worried.
Okay, we got
all these comments.
We got to go to
Get
the
those up there. Yeah, go right now.
Sorry. So Allie, thank you for the drink. Cheers to you.
Appreciate you, Allie. And congrats on winning a championship, just being excellent in this tournament all these years.
But the follow-up to this is great, and it's in a few comments. So it's first she says, love y'all. Then responding to Senior Sock, she says, it's true. I have a boyfriend. That's why I fell off. Lost all my simps.
Which I saw her boyfriend yesterday.
That's a perfect ending to the career right there. That's spiking the ball right there.
It's impossible for us to not name a bracket after her now.
Right.
It was already pretty sewn up, but now it's a sealed
It
thing.
has to be done.
Some could say winning the 108 tournament last year brought her to her boyfriend, and we have created love through the tournament. And I mean, some could
I ain't
say
taking credit for that.
I'm not either, but I'm just saying.
MSS is
Some
our
could
love
say
doctor. He's the one who takes
Some
credit
could
for
say
those
that.
things. Teresa.
No, I fuck no. No, I do not. Especially those goofballs. What do you think, Shreezy? What do you think's going down?
Well, Alexis in the comments saying she still has her simps, so she's feeling it. I don't know. I mean, like it's Beef has a strong follower. I don't know why, but Beef has a strong following.
It's tough to pinpoint.
It's complicated.
Complicated. I've had over 4 decades of privy to his antics, and I don't get it. I don't know why you like him, people. It's disappointing. It's pretty disappointing, actually.
You can tell why people hate me, though, right? You can get
Yeah.
That's definitely can tell why people hate you.
The nose, the condescension. I get it.
I was telling someone the other day, I was like, part of my problem is I have a lot of opinions on stuff. that kind of gets me in trouble most of the time.
Do you have anything like planned?
I'll use it. If you want that, I'll put that in there.
That's a good one.
That is pretty good. It could be a loser bracket.
That's could be.
It seems like we might be selling too much. You have any content ideas planned that you're going to go out and record this weekend? You going to do some stuff this weekend, get some video out there, or what are you thinking you're going to do?
Yeah,
you got to hang hog.
I have
are you going to hang hog?
I have some like real broad ideas, but nothing that I'm like. I usually let it just flow through me. If it starts happening and I got something, I got something.
All right.
If it's not, then I gotta have to push on all my old levers of stuff. But I think I got a couple ideas, and it might not be videos. Like this was the one thing I saw a lot of people talking about. Oh, they didn't do that many videos. All your content don't got to be theatrical pieces. They could be anything.
Right.
Could be memes. Could be whatever the fuck that is what you do. Content comes out of people differently. The art comes out differently. That's why when watching the 108 Tourney, it's so fun. A lot of shit I could never do, other people are doing and entertaining the shit out of us. That's the point of this.
Yeah. I feel like you're almost like I and this is just my observation from the outside. Or kind of on the inside, but also on the outside. You campaign for this like all year. Like you're constantly promoting. Like when I'm getting hurt by not having like consistent or being able to have the tweet thing scheduled to like put out tweets for me because I can't do it. Like you had no problem with that because you're constantly putting out tweets anyway. You're like, I'll do a attorney tweet and then 17 other tweets that don't even have anything to do with attorney, and then 15 minutes later, attorney tweet, and then about 17 other comments. Like you're in there. You're like in that feed regardless.
Yeah,
so,
there's no question.
I mean, cheers to you, sir. Good job. Good luck on Monday.
Appreciate you.
And I don't think that's the biggest matchup of the day, though. Just to be honest, like I think the other matchup is just two juggernauts of this tourney. So I'm very excited for that one. I want to see what comes out of that. I don't know if Brian has to work though. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, if he does, he's got to put some shit in the can because Maddie she does stuff, but she's also very spontaneously engaging on the Twitter line, kind of like you're saying. I do MSS. She is out there kind of all the time too.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't need to be premeditated. It could be something that just flows. But we'll see. Maddie's gonna be tough to beat. When MSS was saying last night, like he's like, you'd be foolish to bet against her. And then I'm watching the result against Allie, who's just been a force for all these years, and I'm like, this shit ain't even close. I mean, this has been like a decent sized margin all day. I'm like, fuck, man, she does have an army behind her.
She's got.
Do you think it's partially Bears like that? She's tapping into that as well. Like I feel like that's a untapped resource of.
I think it's a lot of. I think it helps when you talked about this with Summer George in years before. When you have a lot of your following not concentrated in the Sox Twitter, that's good for you in the tournament.
Yeah.
Then they all come out and vote for you. You have this source of people to put your votes up. So very, very helpful.
I got a special gift for you, buddy.
What's that?
Uh-oh.
Look at that.
Look at that. It's already lined up. Beautiful.
So tomorrow or on Monday, you got your beef loaf, you got your Alexis Lopez, you got your Brian Knights, you got your Maddie Spagnola. Already ready to go, already loaded in there. So
beautiful.
Live update during the show, bitches. Yes.
I love it.
I'll even email it to you. So
well, I think that's it then for tonight. I mean, guys, fantastic so far. We got 2 days left. 2 days left, and then we got our live show at Ramova. So don't forget to get your tickets to our live show at Ramova Wednesday the 27th, opening day eve. 7
Opening
p.m.
day.
We'll be up there. We're gonna do. I know SoxMachine's got some special guests. We're gonna do our show. It's gonna be us.
It's gonna be a one-way podcast.
We got no
basically.
guests.
There's no guests.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, not a physical guest, not a person guest. No,
No, well, hey, don't spoil anything. Don't spoil anything.
we have some special things planned.
But
Yeah.
it is going to be our
All
show.
our
We're going to
fans
do
stay on.
something, and it's
Yeah.
going to be a little more. I think maybe a little crazier than normal. So I think we should have a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. I hope everybody is able to come out, and if not, we will see you at opening day.
Yeah,
Until then, well, until Monday, we will see you then. Have a good weekend, everybody. Oh, that didn't play.